friends! I decided to do a Q&A video, so I asked you for your Q's on social media, and now I am going to A them. Let's start on Facebook. Alyssa says, what is your writing process when writing a song based on a book? Usually I'll go through and put post-it notes on like phrases or words that grabbed me. Any like ideas that I have for lyrics, I'll kind of like put those in post-it notes in the book. It just ends up looking like a neon mess of creativity. Lexi said, what was your favorite book from your childhood? The Babysitter's Club books, when like I was in kindergarten, first grade, were my favorites. I read like all of them. Other series I remember liking The Princess Diaries, which has held up. That was the other part of Lexi's question, was asking if there was anything that like I reread as an adult when, like from when I was a kid, that I found like problematic or not as good. I will tell you, the Princess Diaries books like totally held up. I think part of it is because I listened to the audiobooks and Anne Hathaway is the one that narrates them. So that was just perfection. Those stood the test of time for me. I loved those books. There's a book series called Angus Thongs and Full Frontal Snogging that I really liked. I mean, back when I was like younger, the American Girl books. I mean, Harry Potter, obviously. And then I did really like, it was like middle grades historical fiction romance. I remember going through a phase where that was like a thing. Maya says, when did you start singing? How did you know you're good at it? Thank you, that's very nice. I was singing from as far back as I can remember. I think the first song that I distinctly remember singing at the top of my lungs in the bathtub was Achy Breaky Heart by Billy Ray Cyrus. I guess now maybe it's just referred to as like Miley Cyrus's dad, but he was a thing back in the day. And then I guess like, you know, as far as knowing if I had any talent at it, outside validation where people said that they liked my voice. But I will say, like, I've always been kind of insecure about my singing voice. I was never really a belter. I don't have like a great high range, I guess, in my opinion. I always compared myself a lot to other people that were like better than I was, so not like I think that I'm just fantastic. Haley says, how are you able to manage your depression so well and gain the confidence to put yourself out there so much? As far as managing depression stuff, I think I'm just a really stubborn person. So when I figured out that was like a thing that I was gonna have to deal with, I was just like, all right, fine, like bring it on. And then like the confidence to put yourself out there, I mean, you just kind of have to just do it. I just have never wanted to regret something not happening because I didn't try. Like if something is not going to happen, I at least want to know that I tried. So I think it's more of like fear of missing out than anything. Now I'm going to go over to Twitter. At Veronica MRAS says, fictional character you relate to the most. Just because your Twitter handle is, I'm assuming, a Veronica Mars reference, I'm gonna go with Veronica Mars. Not necessarily one that I relate to, other than the fact that she's just like over everybody's bullshit, and I feel that way just every moment of my life. At My Lady of Stories says, if you came to England again, where would you go and what would you do? Oh man, I would go back to the Harry Potter studios in a heartbeat. I'm ready to go back tomorrow. That was amazing. I loved it. It made me so happy. I would do that again. I can't even think of anything else because I'm just thinking about that. At Inner Metronome had several questions, but I'm going to pick the one that I feel like is the most deep and meaningful, which is, what's your favorite pizza? Papa John's, thin crust, square cut. Square cut is so underrated. Square cut is the way to go all day, every day. Tomatoes, black olives, mushrooms, onions, and green peppers. I'm hungry. Arrow Plays __ has like several questions, and I think with this one I'm gonna do like a rapid fire. Okay, so will you ever be doing meetups? Hopefully. If so, when and where? I have no idea. Would you ever be interested in doing vocal lesson videos for people that want to become better singers? I have no trained skills, so I would never do that because it would be just fake. Is singing your only job? No, I work at the front desk of a dental office. How did you and your husband meet? At a party. Opinion on kids? They're fine, I don't want them. I thought that was gonna be more exciting than it actually was. At Vivian High Rose. I know this is not exactly a question, but can you say hi to Brazil? Hi Brazil, I love you. Mwah. At Shy Guitar Girl says, as a college student and musician myself, I want to know how you found the time to write music while you were in school. I actually didn't write anything when I was in college. I think maybe I wrote one song my freshman year of college, but I went for 4 years not writing anything. I don't know why. I didn't have like a piano or keyboard that was easily accessible, and I just got away from it and found my way back into it after like a 5-year hiatus. So I am not the person to ask for good advice on that question. But if I'm going off of like my life now in terms of like having a job and trying to, you know, balance everything, I just force time. You have to make time. If you care about it enough, you gotta carve out that time for yourself to be able to do it, because otherwise you'll find 45 other things to do instead. So just, you know, just make sure it's part of your schedule. At Natalie Fair 99, do you have any book recommendations or books you've recently read or are currently reading? I actually recently read a book, Duology, that I really liked. It's by Renee Aldier, and it's The Wrath and the Dawn and The Rose and the Dagger. And it's based on like the Arabian Nights, and I really enjoyed it. So I would highly recommend, if you're looking for something to read, to go to that next. Now let's move it on over to Instagram. TinyStar33 says, what genre of books do you prefer? I still love YA. I think I'll always love YA. DTH Tomorrow says, what's your favorite color? Blue. Vintage Soda says, we're super close to the next decade. What do you expect from the next 10 years? Do you think we'll have something crazy like aliens, flying cars, time travel? I don't know. I think robots. I'm calling it right here and right now. I think robots is gonna be the next like thing that becomes more like mainstream. I don't know how I feel about it, but I feel like that's the direction that we're going. Jenna Does the Arts. If you could make a music video for any of your songs, which one would it be? I actually had a music video idea that I really liked for my song called Nothing Left, and it just didn't end up ever happening. And I'm not gonna tell you what it is, because I may end up using it for something else. I wish that I had like just gone ahead and done that music video, because in my head, it played out really cool. LEHC says, if you had to listen to only one of your songs for the rest of your life, which would it be? I think right now I'd have to go with Please Take Me. I just really like how that one turned out. It makes me feel dancey. But I'm somebody that like listens to my own music a lot. It's probably because I'm super into myself. No, it's because I want to write music that I like to listen to if I hadn't written it. I go back through like periodically and I'll listen to like my full catalog. A lot of times with new songs that I'm putting out, I listen to it over and over again, and I just try and like picture like, okay, I've never heard this before, like what does this sound like to somebody that hasn't, you know, heard it before. I listen to my own music probably a weird amount. I say this because I think any of my songs, if I had to listen to them for the rest of my life and only one of them, then I, you know, would be okay, because I purposely write music that I want to listen to. It's Katie says, what's your fave animal? My fave animal is my bloodhound Manny. I love him. He's my favorite animal. Don't tell my cats. Joyce _L11, how to be productive, tips for college. Make yourself to-do lists. That is like the only way that I keep myself together, is my to-do list. And like carve time out for you to like do something that you enjoy that's maybe not so productive, but like make sure that you're getting what you need to get done. Also go to class. They like it when you do that. Don't look at me, I'm ugly. Aw. Oh, you're not. You're beautiful. How do you think your growth has been in YouTube, musical, and personal? So YouTube, it's just been amazing, like watching, and I know that it's like numbers, but watching my subscriber count grow. And it means something to me, because for me, it's not just like I just want to have a bunch of subscribers. I feel like I have worked very hard to earn every one of those subscribers and to keep them, because, you know, there's so many other things that people could pay attention to or listen to or go watch, and I try really hard to make sure that I'm putting out something that's worthwhile for people. Musically, I think that I've gotten really a lot stronger at the songwriting part, but especially kind of the production part. I love the guy, Daniel Dennis, that I record with. We've been recording together for a long time now. I think that I've gotten more confident going in and being like, all right, this is the sound that I want, or this is like the feel that I want. As a producer, Like I feel like I've definitely grown a lot in that respect. Personally, I mean, I'm good. I'm happy. I've got great people in my life. I'm just really just like happy with where I am in life right now. So, yay. Hope Beal says, any authors you're dying to meet? I have had the opportunity over the last few years to meet a lot of my favorite authors. I got to meet Cassandra Clare, Sarah J. Maas, Victoria Aveyard. Yeah, there've been like a lot of people that I've been fortunate enough to be able to meet that I really love their books. I would love to meet J.K. Rowling. I feel like that's like super, you know, I don't know that she'll ever like tour or do anything like that ever again, but she would be great to meet. I'm sure everybody feels that way. Mores and Victim says, there's a lot of shitty stuff happening right now. What mantra do you have to keep going? I really try to not get overwhelmed by all of the bad things that are happening. And it's not to say that I like just don't pay attention to them and close them out, but like I'm aware of them, but I don't just let them like sit with me and pull me under, because I feel like that would be a really easy thing to do, to know like how much crap is going on in the world. Like if you focus on that, then you're gonna feel terrible all the time. What I try and do is just on a very small level, in the interactions that I have with people face to face, day to day, what can I do to make that positive? What can I do to make someone's day better? Or at least someone's day not worse? I think I personally just look at it at a very micro level of like, what are the things that I can affect? What are the things that I do have control over? And let me try and make those as good and as, you know, positive as possible. Maya197, how's your book going? That actually took a backseat this year. Originally, my goal was to finish writing my book by my 30th birthday, which is come and gone, and no book. But I decided to release a new song every month this year. So this has been like my year of the songs. So far, I'm on track to do it through December, and I'm very proud of that. It has not been easy. That's my goal for next year, is to kind of take a step back a little bit with the songwriting and really focus on writing the book idea that I have. Tara_ says, which country do you want to visit the most? Oh man, there are so many places I want to go. I'm not super well traveled, so like even just within the United States, there's so many places that I want to see. I mean, we just went to England and Scotland, which were amazing, but I mean, only just saw Edinburgh and London, so I know there's so much more to see. I would love to just take like several years and just go like jet setting around the world, because there's so many places I'd love to visit. Andy Rivera 713 says, if you won the lottery, what's the first thing you would do or buy with the money? This is like the most boring adult answer like ever, and I kind of hate myself a little bit for this being my answer, but just like pay off all of my shit. So I would pay off like house and car and all of that. The realistic answer is like pay off my debts. Quotes here 12 says, would you rather never be able to read again or never be able to sing again? Wow, that is like, that's a horribly depressing question. I would pick being able to read over being able to sing. That made me sad. Isabel Hayden 16775 says, what songs are you working on at the moment? So I've got like the rest of the year planned out. September is going to be a comedy song. It is called Happy, and it is ridiculously petty. I think you guys will like it, because it's kind of like Girl Like Me. If you've listened to Girl Like Me, it's like that level of just like sassy. October, I have a song based on Shatter Me, the Shatter Me series, so I'm very excited about that one. November, I'm working on a like kind of happy love song, and then December, I've got one that is a really sad song, but I've got a really cool video concept that we're just starting to like get put together. So I'm really excited about what I've got for the rest of the year. And after that, I'm just gonna take a little break. B. Fluna says, your favorite films. My favorite movie at the moment is To All the Boys I've Loved Before. That movie is precious, precious. It's such a feel-good movie. I just love it so much. Crazy Kitty Fangirl says, if you could travel to and stay in any time period in history for a month, where would you go and why? I've thought about this question before, and I feel like it would be really romantic to go into like Victorian England, but then I also think about the fact that they didn't have like sewer systems or tampons or like fried food. I mean, all of the like creature comforts that make it nice to live in this era did not exist. I feel like I could do it for a month though. I feel like I could hack it for a month. It's not as glamorous as it seems, you know? I know we like look at these like period pieces, you know, that are set in like with the gowns and whatever, and we're just like, oh, that's so beautiful, I'd love to do that. But then you gotta like think about that they're like not wearing deodorant. Just think about it. And finally, Catherine Finquist says, have you ever considered working on songs for media other than books? So like, for example, Stranger Things, have you ever felt inspired to create a song for something like that? Fun fact that I don't think that I've shared before is that Monster actually started like in the very first little concept stages as a song based on iZombie. It ended up becoming like not about it, but yeah, but that was kind of like the first. So I have thought about it. And I guess 13 Reasons Why, I know that it is a book, but I did it based on the TV series on Netflix. I've rolled it around in my brain, so we'll see. Thank you so much for sending me your questions. I hope you enjoyed all of this probably mostly useless information. I will see you later. Bye.